Yeah, first of all, I say welcome to all of you in our live session today on the behalf of Global English Language Institute. And today we have organized this session particularly for the sake of those persons who are not fluent and facing issues in their communication skill, in their English speaking skill, especially. Okay. So today, I'm gonna give you lots of tips that can be helpful for those persons who are non-native and are facing fluency issues, and sometimes they are not feeling confident and they are not able to speak well. So our today's session is all about the tips for improving English speaking, okay? And this session is open for all the non-native speakers, especially from Asian countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Egypt, and so on. Because Global English Language Institute is basically working for the non-native speakers, for those persons who are facing challenges and who are not confident in their speaking skill. Okay. So for those learners, we are providing an opportunity where they can get the tips. And today, honestly, I'm gonna share with you those tips which can be helpful for improving your English pronunciation and especially your English fluency. Okay. And these tips are not just for the basic speakers, it's also for B1 or B2 persons, those persons who are going to take part in IELTS or in CELTA or OET, they can also get advantage of it. Okay. So today I have chosen 10 tips, and these 10 tips are the result of all of my research, all of my experiences with the non-native speaker interactions with the non-native learners that I have felt that these are the challenges, these are the areas, these are the practices that native speaker will have to follow if they want to be a confident and fluent English speaker. Okay. So one by one, I'll share with you all these 10 tips, okay? I'll have to count the right things. 10 tips I'll share with you, and you will have to follow all these 10 tips, and of course, then you will be able to be a fluent. But the condition is that, whenever we are talking about the language, language is not just like a science subjects where you are clearing your concepts and you are doing experiments, okay? Language learning, whatever language we are talking about in the world, language learning is basically a skill. And to improve any skill in the world, we need smart practice. So today we will work on the smart techniques, the practice techniques that can be helpful to ensure or to make you a fluent speaker in English communication. Okay. So the very first tip that I'm gonna share with you is that self-practicing. Okay, that is the very first tip that I want to share with all my learners, with all the members of Global English Language Institute, that self-practice, focus always. Now, what is this? It means that whenever you are not finding partners, because mostly non-native speakers complain that they are not finding the right partners, they are not finding the speaking partners. So I suggest for them that the very first trick that will do amazingly, okay? That is the self-talking, that try to talk with yourself, okay? Try to talk when you are alone, when you are doing your domestic chores, if you are a female or you are a male, you are doing your work in office, in your you can go corporate culture, try to talk to yourself, okay? Just like if you are cleaning the floor, say I'm cleaning the floor, I am mopping the floor. So in this way, you are making your mind to of course, practice in English. Okay, so that is the very first tip that the non-native speaker should, of course, follow. Okay, and if they are following and they are self-practicing, honestly, this is the amazing trick. You don't need to go for the courses, you don't need to go for the different institutes. If you are daily practicing at least 15, 20 minutes even, and gradually, whenever you are increasing this habit will become the part of your nature. And then the fluency, the vocabulary memorization will not be an issue anymore. Okay. So the very first tip is that try to speak with yourself even when you are alone. You don't need to go for the speaking partners. Now, come to the second tip. And the second tip is about start thinking in English. Okay, what does it mean? Because mostly the non-native speakers do the mistake that whenever they are going to speak, first they think in their mother tongue. If you are German speakers or French speakers, Italian speakers, or you're Indian speaker, Urdu speakers, whatever language is your mother tongue, what the non-native speakers mostly do, they first of all think in their mother tongue and then they translate and then they speak. In this way, their fluency actually affected a lot. So for those non-native speakers, I suggest that try to think in English. Don't need to go for the translation. Even I recommend non-native learners that they do not have to consult the bilingual dictionaries or thesaurus, okay? They will have to focus if they are going to purchase any vocabulary book or any dictionary, they will have to use English to English dictionary or thesaurus for their improvement. So always try to think in the target language, try to think in English language. In this way, your mind will be automatically accustomed with the structures, with the patterns, with the vocabulary of the English language. Okay, so that is the second trick. I'll repeat again, the very first trick was self-talking, and the second trick is that you will have to think in English. Okay, now the third one is there, that is not actually very scientific but very useful honestly, and that is that never go for the complex sentences at the beginning. If you are a beginner, you are a basic speaker, you are starting your journey with the language, try to speak in chunks or in phrases. Don't go for the complex grammatical concepts. So start with the phrases. For example, what's up, what's your name, how are you? Are you okay? So in this way, you are using simple phrases, simple sentences, and this thing will work magically for you. Okay. So don't go for the complex structures at the very beginning. Okay. Or don't go for the grammatical concepts at the very beginning. Try to be as simple as you can. So try to practice, try to speak in phrases, in chunks. In this way, you will minimize the challenges that you will have to face being a non-native speaker. Okay. And then the fourth one is there, that is about the self-recording. That whenever you are speaking, try to record. We have a device everywhere now, we have a mobile phone. So try to record your voice and then listen. You can also record your video if you are confident enough or you wanna improve your TPR, your physical movement, your gestures, or non-verbal language we say it. So you can also make record your video and then you can watch, you can listen, and in this way you can be your own teacher. Honestly, I'm saying you will realize yourself that where you are wrong at the vocabulary, where you are wrong at the pronunciation, and where what mistakes you are doing. So that is the best way to analyze and to improve. Now come to the fifth point, come to the fifth tip about the improvement of English speaking. That is that the foreshadowing. That try to foreshadow the native speakers. For example, if try to start to watch the English movies, English songs, BBC, and just like such programs. For example, TED Talk is there. That is the best program I mostly suggest, I mostly recommend to my learners. That TED Talk is always good for the non-native speakers. In this way, they can improve their pronunciation, they can improve their vocabulary. So try to imitate try to imitate whenever you are watching a movie. There are the lyrics, there are the different, you can call it as a words are there. So try to repeat them, try to imitate the natives, that we call technically in language context we call shadowing. So try to shadow the native speakers. In this way you will get the fluency. That was the fifth tip, being to be a fluent English speaker. Okay, now come to the sixth one, and that is about that learn every day 5 words, but do not learn just words. The mistake that the mostly non-native speakers do, they learn the isolated vocabulary. They memorize one page and then they forget, and whenever they're going to speak in English, they forget the vocabulary. They're searching for the words, and in this way they will get a lot of time and they can't be fluent. So what is the science or what is the technique behind it? That whenever you are learning 5 words daily, make sentences from those words. For example, if you learn a word, write, for example, so use that particular word, write in a sentence. You can say, I can write a book. I'm writing a book. Do I write a book? So in this way, the context of the word, the context of the vocabulary will be clear. And that is the very magical trick that can work amazingly for the non-native speakers. Okay. In this way, you are not just getting the isolated words, you are also understanding the context of the words. So in this way, you will be more confident, you will be more smart whenever you are going to speak in English with anyone. Okay. So that was the sixth one. A seventh tip that I want to share with all of you is that try to join the WhatsApp groups, Telegrams, and different communities on social platforms. In this way, you can practice with other persons. You can be accustomed with the accents, with the dialects of the persons, and you can get more exposure. Just like you can join Global English Language Institute WhatsApp groups, you can join such communities. We are also providing the free practice WhatsApp groups and Telegram groups and lots of things. So you can also like and you can also join us. We can also provide you the community. We can also provide you the partners and the platforms where you can do the practice. And that is the very best way because language can't be learned from the pages. Language should be learned from the people. That is just like an organism. Okay, so to understand this and join groups, join community, and extend your exposure of language. Okay, so that is also the very influential and very effective tip that you will have to follow. Now come to the eighth one, because you know that is an age of technology, especially the artificial intelligence has revolutionized all the things. So try to get the advantage from AI tools, just like Elsa Speak. You can practice with that. That is totally free. Even ChatGPT, that is an AI tool too. You can also use the voice option in ChatGPT and you can practice. You can talk on any topic. You can decide the level that if you're a beginner, you can say ChatGPT, okay, Dad, please try to talk in simple English. So on voice, please try. And just like in Microsoft's, there are Copilot that can also be used, and that is absolutely free. So use these techniques. I'll share with you three or four platforms where you can freely practice. That is just like the Elsa, that's just like the Paul Talk, okay, that is a Chat GPT, that is Copilot Microsoft. So use these platforms to add the AI, to add the technology in your, of course, learning of language. That will be very helpful. And the ninth one, that is the not the tip, but rather an instruction that whenever you are going to be a fluent speaker, you want to be a fluent speaker, always focus the fluency, not the accuracy. Accuracy comes from the grammar, but fluency comes from the practice. So don't worry, try to be simple, try to be abrupt, try to speak more. It doesn't actually matter if you are speaking grammatically wrong. So don't care about the accuracy at the very first stage. First of all, gain the confidence and try to be fluent. That is the soul of your whole learning, honestly, I'm saying. Because mostly people hang whenever they're going to speak. They think about the grammars. They say, oh my God, I have not a sound grammar base. So how can I be a fluent speaker? So don't care about the grammars. Don't care about the accuracy in language. Try to focus your fluency first. Okay. And the last one, but not the least one, that is that everybody has a favorite department of life. Everybody has a hobby. For example, if I like cooking, so whenever I am going to cook in my house, I used to talk with myself. So make your hobby your learning practice, okay? Just like if you are making a biryani or you are making a pizza, so try to talk with you that now I'm going to make a pizza, I am doing this, I am doing that. In this narration, you are improving your language skill too, and you're enjoying your hobby too. So it is something just like a fun plus learning, and in this way, that will work for you for a long memory, honestly. So these are simple 10 tips that I have shared with all of you, and I hope so that these tips will work for you and those persons who are listening me, especially the non-native speakers who are facing challenges in their fluency, who are facing challenges in their pronunciation, who are not a fluent speaker, but they want to improve their fluency, they want to improve their communication skill in English. These 10 tips that I have shared with you, they will work as a magic, and I hope so that you will be fluent very soon if you are applying and you are following these patterns in your day-to-day practice. Honestly, you will be a fluent speaker. Okay, so that's all about the simple session. That's all about the session that is actually helpful for the general learners and especially those learners who are going to appear in PT or IELTS. And there is a special announcement for my members that we are also going to start our IELTS session from Monday. So those persons who want to join IELTS sessions or those who want to join grammar courses, they can also DM us. They can also tell us in comment box, and they can be part of our journey. Okay, language journey, we can say. So thank you so much. Please give your feedback in the comment section and try to apply these rules. I'll also, in comment section, I'll try to provide you these 10 tips in written form. And if you are going to join our WhatsApp group, so come in our WhatsApp community, because there we can daily share with you the stuff that we have shared with you. We can share with you the tips, we can share with you worksheets. So in this way, you can connect yourself with the theory and with the practice. Thank you so much. Next time we'll come with the next topic. I hope so that you're all enjoying. And of course, I say good day, good night. Time zone is different in different countries. A different persons are here from different communities. So I say well time, good time ahead to everybody. Thank you so much on the behalf of Global English Language Institute.